3, 2, 1, here we go. So first thing to do, turn up the mic all the way up. This is Bexley Test 5 Maths, question 4 onwards. When you turn me all the way up, then the sound will be really clear. Do it now, because I will step away from the mic. Every single question, you can have a go first. You can pause if you want, and then go through it just to see how I approach it. Here we go. Alice makes a mosaic out of identical hexagonal tiles and triangular tiles. As we can see from this picture, what fraction of Alice's mosaic is shaded? Good question. Straight away when I see these, you need to draw gaps, draw sections. Yes, here's a nice way to see it. 1, 2, 3. Now, why has William done this? Because this actually helps a lot when we look at everything. Every single hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, each hexagon, we can see, has 6 triangles. Let's write it. One hexagon, 6 of those really small triangles. But you can see I have shown 7 of these hexagons. So this means 7 times 6, 42 triangles. Are they being really tricky here? Yes, because can you see those those grey sections? Haven't counted them. Well, how many of them little ones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's another 6 little triangles. So overall, how many triangles are there? Well, 42 plus 6 as shown with the blue dots. So 48 altogether. So really, our total is out of 48. Now, why is William making it a total? Well, we've got a fraction, and that automatically means total. And you need to split up all the sections into the same size. So it is out of 48. One more step. What fraction will be shaded? That just means coloured in. As you can see, the grey sections. How many? 6. So it is 6 out of 48. If we simplify this, this will be 1 over what? Well, you can see on the top we divide by 6. Do the same on the bottom. Divide 6, so we have 1 over 8. That is the answer. I'm explaining it in this way. Just want to tell you, very easy to put C or A, because it was like 7. It kind of looks like 7 out of 42 if I ignored that bit. But look at this tricky bit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They're being so tricky. They are the same. And we know in maths questions there's only one answer. How can we possibly pick? Oh my gosh, that's... Oh no. Ignore me. Ignore me. They're the same, so it can't be. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, hang on. You're joking. I've taught myself something. They're the same. 6 over 42 is... You're joking. They're basically telling you the answer without telling you the answer. Without doing anything. Don't expect that to appear. I've just learned something as well. B and E, they're the same, so you can't even pick. You can't pick the purple ones, you can't pick the black ones, so it's got to be D anyway, even if you don't want it to be. Wow, what a question. Next. Question 5. When a bus is 10% empty, there are 48 more passengers than when it is 10% full. How many passengers on the bus when it is completely full? Now, so one way to do this is multiple choice. We can go in order, just go from C, D, E, and then put these numbers in and then see if it works. So I'm going to show you the proper way to do it. That first bit, I really hate this question. It's just so wordy. You had to read it twice, 3 times. 10% empty means 90% full. Okay, so what? Well, 90% of the bus. Well, now we look at the next bit. We're saying it is 48 more than when it's 10% full. Even reading this again for the 4th time, even, still too wordy. So that bit is like 48, and then you plus 10% full. Okay, there we go. That is our setup so far. Let me put it here. Put it in white. 90% of your bus is like 48%. It's 48 plus 10%. Okay, so really, we can treat it like 90% is something plus 10%. So that bit, well, will be 80%. Let's put that. 80% of the bus is 48. Okay, now we can work it out. Good stuff. just write it again here. So please note, we care about how many on the bus. When it's completely full, that means 100%. So far we've got 80%, that line. Let's put it here. 80% is worth 48 people. Leave a gap. We can think of factors, how we go from 80 to 100, quite a few ways. Now you think of a factor. They're both in the 10 times table. If you go to a factor, these kind of questions become quite nice, quite easy. That yellow arrow. How we go from 80% to 10%, we divide by 8. Do the same thing here. We get 6 people. Then we go from 10% to 100%, that's just times 10. Do the same thing here. 6 people times 10 is 60 people, so there we go. 60 is the answer. We can check this just by putting 60 into the number, into the question, to see if it works out. So let's imagine that. When the bus is 10% empty, well, what's 10% of 60? 6. So what's 60 minus 6? Because it's empty. 54. Okay, now we look at that number. Well, what they're telling us is 48 more than when it's 10% full. Okay, well, we know 10%, which is 6. And 54 is 48 plus 6. So that is really the setup. So we have the answer E, it is. Nice way to check. In the real exam, you might not check because you've got to be fast, got to move on to the next question. We're 6 minutes in, maybe one more and then that's it. These videos, these questions can be quite long. Here is a Venn diagram. In which part of the diagram should 12 times 18 be? Okay, so some of you guys might have worked that out. Yeah, fair enough. Let's do that. I'll give you 5 seconds. You can pause the video now. Don't be lazy. Work out. Split it up. 18 times 10, 180. 18 times 2, 36. And then we can add it together. 180 plus 36, 216. Good. So that is part of it. So it is a 3-digit number. That is the bit that stands out. So 2-digit, no way. Cross them off. C, D, E. There we go. It might be C because it's a cube number. Maybe. Well, let's break this down. Before I just tell you the answer, no way. I don't do that. Break it down into factors. This is how I approach numbers. This is how I look at numbers. If you look at 12, that's 2 times 6. Okay, well, so what? 18 is what times what? It is 3 times 6. Okay, so what? Now we group them together. Rather than me just telling you 2 times 3 is also 6. So what am I trying to tell you? 6, 6, 6. That's another way to look at it. 12 times 18 is actually 6 times 6 times 6, which is 216. So what's the point in this? Well, it's just trying to work out if it was in fact 3 numbers times together, and those are the cube numbers. So it's not D or E, it is C. There we go. So we are 8 minutes in. Yeah, let's keep this video shorter than normal because they're quite long, these questions. All right, good stuff. So my normal way to end the video, in the top left corner, it will actually be the previous video to this one. Questions 1, 2, 3 for Bexley Test 5. It'll be in the top left corner. Now, bottom left corner, it'll be another suitable maths video. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.